Hey, what's up? Welcome to Degen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of natural gas, which I did a video on earlier today, and it does look like we can see that the futures for Monday are in action and price is tanking a little bit. So hopefully we do see a bounce. That would be nice, but we might be venturing into, this downward territory towards 165. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but, I'll be doing updates weekly either way, trying to give my perspective, whether good or bad. I'm just trying to navigate the charts as well as you guys. And yeah, trying to have fun doing it. What's up? Yes, happy to go over FSR. Before I get into the video, though, I'm just going to throw up this little like and subscribe thing for those who are not tuning in live, who are not subscribed. Make sure you like the video, share thoughts in the comments and live chat, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. But yes, I also got a request for APLD, so I'll do that as well. But I'll start with FSR because that's a live request right now. So I'll get into that. And yeah, I'll definitely go over APLD as well. Let's see. And yeah, I'll look into SAVE as well, sure. So Fisker, what I see going on with this, let's see. I feel like I did a retracement or something, or suggested what price might be going to. Let's see, or maybe let's see. Oh yeah, I think I was suggesting that, let's see, that price could be going down to, let's see, where is there something I could do, like a retracement or something that might offer some guidance on this. Yeah, I think I extended that downtrend, so we are above it now. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I don't know, when prices of things gets down to levels like this, I feel like good to have the, I don't know, good to have kind of a fun perspective of, might go down to 69 cents, and I would load then just, to have fun. But as far as the squeeze goes, yeah, let's see. I mean, we did have this pop here, and so I definitely think something like that could happen again. I think that squeezing up to, kind of like what happened with Nikola, is like a squeeze up to $1. But let's see. The RSI is still higher than it was over here. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see this. I mean, I could see, I mean, I definitely think it's undervalued. And, yeah, I mean, yeah. So, I don't know. As far as like when a squeeze might be, I'm not sure. But I definitely think that a squeeze could be happening. And where it might go, definitely up to $1. And so that's not too exciting, but I definitely think that's feasible. That's a 25% increase. But yeah, I mean, I'll throw up the volume profile. And yeah, I mean, I think that could definitely be, if it squeeze up I feel like I probably mentioned this in the video. But yeah, like if it could squeeze up to 161 or so, I think that would be really good. That'd serve as like a nice level of support to reside on before continuing higher. But yeah, I mean, and then like once it gets to there, just like looking at this chart, there's like nothing in here. So yeah, if price could get up to like 160 or definitely up to $2, there's just really nothing between $2 and 420 right here. Another fun number. So yeah, I think that if it could get up to these levels and hold, I think that could definitely be like the beginning of maybe a multi-level squeeze. Hey, Nameless. My birthday was awesome. I did a live stream for almost 7 hours, which was super fun. popped open like a little bottle of Prosecco during power hour, and had a nice dinner that night, treated myself, and yeah, it was like the best day, and I just feel like there's been so much energy for me with the channel following it. So yeah, it's been awesome. Thanks for asking. And then yeah, I'll look over save now too because that was requested. And I feel like, oh, save as spirit. Oh, okay, this is drama. Dave Portnoy. So let's see. Man, wow. I didn't realize it went down that much. Or like that it was this dramatic. I haven't looked at it because I saw like that Dave Portnoy like tweeted about it like right here, and then it tanked. Apparently he's up on his position, so that doesn't make sense to me. Made up 20%. Maybe he was tweeting about it over here. I don't know. But yeah, what save possible squeeze? Yeah, I mean this to me just seems like um, so bankruptcy could be a better option to save the airline. Assessing uh, JetBlue Airways during a time of significant uncertainty. Um, okay, yes, this is the court halts. Where this thing just moved. Court halts the JetBlue and Spirit Airlines merger. Um, yeah, this just seems like it's really risky. I mean, it's also like, I mean, you could have like bought the dip here, and yeah, I don't know. This seems. Did I see it? Yeah, and I'll go over PayPal as well. Yeah. Yeah, like I put out that video on Saturday and I'm like stoked about it. It just seems like it's a beautiful chart. And it hasn't really gotten that many views. It kind of bums me out. Like I try to repeat the videos that get a lot of views and also that have like interesting charts. And PayPal has a lot of like interesting stuff going on, but it doesn't really get that many views. So I don't know if I'll do another follow up on Saturday next week, but we'll see. And I forgot to cheers to all of you guys. The start of the week. Hopefully it's a good one. Yeah, happy Sunday. Yeah, save. I'm just gonna look at the daily chart. I mean, it's right here. Yeah, so it's above. I mean, I guess volume shelf. I don't know. It's like it's the only price action down here is from the past few days. Um, I could see. I mean, because this tanked so much, it went down 47% on the 16th. That's crazy. Um, oh yeah, I guess Dave Portnoy had to have bought it here. Yeah, so this like because yeah, I don't know. I could look up his tweet. I do like yeah, I buy SOXS like one share every week, so it's like pretty not that exciting. But yeah, like a lot of people are going on about how like the SPY or the S&P 500, the SPX hit an all-time high, and it's just going to keep going. And I don't. I just feel like there's a lot of euphoria. I think that the market's going to be turning around. So yeah, I'm very casually adding to my short positions of SOXS, SH, and SQQQ. I have more SH because I knew about it first, and then I started adding to SQQQ, and then SOXS, thanks to you. And SOXL, is that semiconductors but long? Um, But yeah, but anyways, I'm going to finish with the save chart. This to me looks like, I mean, this Dragonfly Doji, it looks like there's a reversal pattern following this big drop. Earnings are coming up. Let's see. Is that like a couple, it's like 2.5 weeks. I think the 7th is a Wednesday. I could see that following this big sell-off, clearly it's undervalued. If it stays down here, I could see it going up pretty high in response to earnings. Um, just because, yeah, I mean, this seems like a pretty big, like, overreaction kind of drop on the day. Um, and I imagine that this is the day that Dave Portnoy bought right before it tanked and then held and then now is up like 20%. Um, but yeah, I mean, with Save, I mean, like there's this chart here I'll show you, Chegg, um, which I like did a video on, and I didn't necessarily make the best call around earnings. I thought it'd go up, um, following or let's see, earnings back here. I thought it would go up around earnings, and it went up before earnings. And so I don't know how clear I was about that in the video, and then it tanked. So I just felt like, maybe I should reassess my analysis. And that was a buy the dip opportunity. So that makes me think that this was down 15% on the day. But what you see with Save, that seems like, yeah, it's a potential buy the dip opportunity. Um, So those are my thoughts on Save, I guess. But I also think it's really risky because of like the restructuring or whatever, the merger. So there could be, yeah, I mean, there's mention of bankruptcy. I mean, but then like with Bed Bath and Beyond, even like leading up to the bankruptcy, there were plenty of opportunities to make money on it going up. That's just really risky. So I don't know. It depends on your like interest and risk. It's only $6-7 a share, up 9% in the after hours. Um, so yeah, I mean, there is this gap to like $6 basically. So maybe $6 is a good place to put an order and see what happens, but not put so much on it that you'd be struggling if you lost it all, because that could happen with it. Um, and so yeah, I'll pull up PayPal now. Let's see right here. Yeah, so I think this is such a beautiful chart, like so incredible. Um, because it's just like I was not expecting it to break through because there's so much resistance here. I think there's also like um, I think that might be like a fib level too or something. I'm not really sure, um, but it just seemed like there was so much resistance there. But then it pulled back, following the video I made not yesterday, but the Saturday before. I had suggested that, this looked like a bull flag, but I thought that it might, get rejected, and it did. But then I feel like that just made this inverse head and shoulders pattern kind of ugly. And now it's breaking out, and so I could see it going up to $76. That's what the most recent video is on. But with breakouts, you got to have confirmation, or like the best kind of breakout is one where you have confirmation. And so I see this, especially if you look at the Max Pain, it's like $59 for the next couple weeks, and then I think 60, which is the couple days after earnings. Earnings is on the 7th, I think. It's a Wednesday. So I see this pulling back over the next week or two to come back to like $60, $59, retest this. And then if it's down here at earnings, I think it's going to skyrocket following earnings. I think the target is $76. It might even go up to $76.50 where I have this line. And but really, I mean, you start to get into resistance up here where there's that volume shelf. So maybe you'd have a tough time getting through that. Or maybe it'd pull back and that bounce on 74 as support. So yeah, I mean, for me, what I'm doing, I don't have a position in PayPal, but I think I have this alert here for $62. And that's basically, if that goes off, then it's like, okay, then I'm going to place an order for probably like $61. And probably just one share just to tag along and see what happens. And to have more conviction in my analysis, I feel pretty confident in this, that it's going to pull back to around 60 and then take off. And then the only thing, so I see Jay's comment that I'm wondering is with markets make an all-time high, I think we're headed to a major correction. Yeah, I agree. And this is something that, like, if you follow Gareth Soloway or Verified Investing, he's kind of like my guru. I've never paid for any of his services, but I just tune into his stuff on YouTube. But let's see. That would be indexes. SPX. Yeah, so this is the one that's, I think, more proportional to the S&P 500, whereas SPY is a little bit different. But yeah, I looked at this a lot, just thinking about, retracements, these gaps to the downside. Yeah, and then so I'll look at the SPX. I think it's probably a little bit better. So we're getting higher highs now here, and the RSI is also higher. So that's not bearish as far as the highs go. Well, wait. Right around here, yeah. This is going. Yeah, I think that. I don't know. I'm just skeptical of this because, yeah, I mean, if we. And there's I think I liked it. I'll try to retweet it, but somebody was posting about that was retweeted by Gareth, just about the different sectors of I think it was the S&P 500, and it's basically just like AI and that kind of technology that is rocketing up, whereas everything else in the S&P 500 is going up modestly. And so it's kind of like a new version of the internet bubble or whatever it was called. I forget. Uh, so yeah, I mean, it's just like these things are overvalued and they're just going up way too fast. So there's probably going to be a correction in those, and yeah. So I think that this is coming down, but for me, like, I'm not going super heavy short. I'm just slowly, like, adding one share to each of these positions, like SH. I can tell you, and I'm gonna take my sweater off. I'm a little hot talking. Just 1 second. Sorry about that. But yeah, I can tell you how many, like, I do things really slow. But yeah, like the SH, let's see. That's the one I have the most shares of because I started adding as soon as I have 9 shares. I'm probably going to add another one tomorrow. So it's not really that exciting, but my average, is going to be pretty close to the bottom whenever it turns around, and I'm not, like, emotional about it at all. So I think that's a good way to do this because it's, keeps going up. The markets keep going up. SOXS, and I think that I also built these positions wisely, which was kind of accidental. Started with the SH, the short S&P 500, which is not leveraged. Then I started adding to the SQQQ, short the NASDAQ. This is leveraged 3x. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm more down on this one than the SH, but I have a smaller position. And then I more recently started adding to the SOXS, which is also 3x leveraged, but the swings are, like, much larger. So, I'm hoping to, like, really capitalize on this one. It's also, easy to dollar cost average into because it's only $5. So yeah, and then also I want to look up SOXL. So this is the bull. Yeah, okay. Because, like, SOX is probably not leveraged, I imagine. Yeah. So I'm not going long any of these. This just seems to me like it's like, and actually, yeah, I mean, it just seems like it's, the same as the SH, the same as the SQ, like same structure as far as the chart goes. So, but there's just more more volatility in this. Like it was down almost 12%, SQQQ down 6%, SH down 1%. So yeah, I mean, it's like my position's larger in SH, but it's also less volatile, so it's less of a concern. Um, yeah, so buying SOXS, not SOXL, which, maybe I guess that would be smart to like hedge, but I'm not one, I don't really hedge too often. Occasionally I'll do that with like a put or something, but not too often. Let's see. Uh, how can you not see a possibility of a squeeze on FSR and save? No, I definitely can. I mean, why like squeezes are. I mean, I feel like that's like a tough thing to predict. So, um, but I feel like with Fisker, yeah, no, with both of them, Fisker, Alphabet Skills. Yeah, I mean, it's just though, like, when's the bleeding gonna stop? Um, yeah, because there's like no sign. I mean, well, actually, this. Let's see here. Look on the weekly. It's like 3 weeks red. This is a bearish engulfing candle. Um, yeah, so I mean, I'd expect to see it flatten out a little bit before there would be a squeeze, or really rip down and like to have there be like a reversal signal, like a hammer, dragonfly, doji, something like that. Um, yeah, I mean, like as far as the squeeze goes, I don't know. Like I could definitely see it going up to like $5. There's this big volume shelf here, and there's not like once it gets above this level, like 150, and I think that's a max pain for it. If it can close up there, yeah, I mean, I think that there could be a gamma squeeze with this. Because, yeah, let's look at I think, I think that there could be a squeeze based on the options, which would be like a gamma squeeze. So, let's see. I'm just going to look over at this. And this is kind of, so it's like, yeah, $1. And then I think it's probably just going to be like $1 for a while, and then maybe the monthly for February is 1.5. Yeah, one again, and then February. This is probably 1.5. Yeah, 1.5. Um, and so that's just because it was like those contracts were probably purchased a while ago. 1.5 again. So yeah, I mean, I think that if price were to be able to get above $1.50 while the max pain is $1, I think that could start to trigger a gamma squeeze, and I think that could send the price up to $5 based on where like there hasn't been any price action really like below like 420, something like around there where there's this dip, and so yeah, I could definitely see it running up to there. So yeah, I definitely could see a squeeze happening. I don't know when though. It might bleed down to like 69 cents. And then also save. Yeah, I mean, I think that save will be. This is a weekly. I don't know if it would be like a squeeze necessarily, but I just think it would be a correction. I think that this is an overreaction, and yeah, I mean, with this gap here though, like I feel like play like if yeah, I mean, but its potential like on this one day, it was down basically $4 and then went up to a high of like almost six. So yeah, I mean it's pretty risky, but you just have to like place your order and forget about it. Like not worry if like third of its value just disappeared within hours. So you gotta have like a stomach for that. But also, I mean, if it's squeezing up to here, um, yeah, and actually here, maybe a retracement on this would probably be useful. So here, from here to here, and so, yeah, so almost down to, 1618, which I think is, I wonder if, no. Yeah, because I mean, this could be viewed as, oh, it's tanking, it's going to keep going, place the order at this level, and then it doesn't go there. So I feel like that's kind of like screwing people over who had orders set here based on this retracement. Um, but yeah. Oh, and then I guess we could do a retracement from the top here down to the bottom. Yeah, I mean, I think that this could definitely be going up a lot. I don't know if it would be a squeeze necessarily, but I do think that this is an overreaction. Um, and then what's the ticker number you're buying the short version of these? Oh, that's of the S&P. That's SH. I don't know if I addressed that just in my ramblings, but um, yeah. I actually, nobody told me about this when I just searched for S&P 500 short, and yeah, pro shares. Um, and then yeah, so that's like about $13, and then SQQQ is similar price, but this is also like more volatile. And then SOXS. But yeah, SH has been, I don't know, it's like there's a lot of potential for this to go up as the market corrects. So I feel like for me, like I don't know that I'll hold it all the way up here, but I feel like that seems like good a good target because I don't think it's going to be a straight line up. That's 18%. Um, I think you can probably make more with it, but I think that there's resistance here, and so as it goes up, I'll probably be like I've been adding every week it's down. I'll probably be trimming every every week it's up, like at least 10%, and then if it dips, I'll buy back. And so I think actually, I don't know if I did that with the SH, but I was doing that with like gold and silver. They went up a little bit, and I trimmed, and then came back down, so I started adding again. Let's see. Bior keeps breaking hearts. Hope you waited to buy it below $1. Appreciate the coverage. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you saying that, Big Bird. I've been a little disappointed in how successful those videos are because I'm compelled by the company and having seen that kind of like squeeze from the pre-market to the after hours, really going on in the after hours. I'm compelled by the company, what the technology that they're working on, and I think that, yeah. Oh wait, this is BNGO. Oops. But yeah, so for me at this point, with it being below $1, I can only pick up 100 shares at a time. So like I've been doing like 10 shares at a time basically. But with it below $1, I'll probably be, if it goes up to $1, I'll probably place an order for, let's see, probably, yeah, like either the close price here for, so like 92 cents, place an order for, probably more than 10 shares. I've spent a lot of my capital the past, week or so. So I'm not gonna be too aggressive, but yeah, I have tons of shares. I think, I just keep selling covered calls with them with strikes of 250. And yeah, so I mean, I'm going to be holding Bior for a long time, and I'm cool with it. I'm chilling, and I think that, yeah, I mean, like just like with this run up that's like occurred during the after hours, so you can't even see it on the daily chart. Like I feel pretty good that when they get full approval and stuff from the FDA, I think that they're going to be going a lot higher. And, I don't think it's going to be just to like 230. Like, let's see what the analysts say. Oops. I mean, 100% by it's one analyst, so not that. Yeah, I think you can see that above me. Yeah, I mean, it's only one analyst, but Oh yeah, there was a recent price target of $50, which is pretty crazy. I don't know how much weight to put into that, but I do see this gap up here at like 38 bucks. Um, so yeah, I'm excited about Bioware and their future, but I think like the next 3 months are going to be not that exciting, and hopefully it just ends up being kind of flat. If it is flat over the next few months, that mean it break out of this channel. Um, and really, I mean, I don't think it can go. You can't really spend 3 more months in the channel. Like how how much time was it going across here? It was like 2 months going across there. But this is already like bumping into the side of the channel. So if it, yeah, like if it dropped to the bottom of the channel right now, um, and then went over, that would be like 2 months, and that price would be 15 cents. So yeah, I mean, I feel that it's gonna be like be getting out of this channel, and yeah, I think that holding this for over the course of the year is gonna be a pretty good decision. But of course, could be wrong, and it could tank. Maybe it doesn't get approval. Maybe there's some big issues. But it seems like um, they they seem pretty confident in what they're producing. So what do you want me to like? I don't have an account with Ortex. I've gone over to the website before, and I think they give me like a free look at something. But what ticker did you want me to look at the short interest of? I think I can also do that with I don't know if it's Fintel or um, let's see. Yeah, Fintel. So I don't know if this is useful. I've looked at this before. Short interest of float, 4.62%. So not that crazy for Bio, but for FSR, let's look at that one. It's probably got a 44%. Yeah, I could definitely see a short squeeze with FSR. Yeah, um, definitely. Yeah, so I mean, I yeah, like looking at the chart. I started doing videos on it. Um, let's see which I think hmm one of these days it tanked, and I was just like, let's see. This might have been the day. I don't know. One of these days I started doing videos on it just cuz it seemed like it's getting beaten down so much, and then I just because it was a successful video, I just kept covering it. And then as I'm covering it and like seeing all this happen, it's just like, man, I need to start accumulating this because it seems. Oh, damn it, this is Bioware. I don't know what I'm talking about. Um, Fisker. Yeah, so this is the candle that I did the first video on. Down 18% on the day. I'm pretty sure this is one. But yeah, it's just like, I mean, I guess that's kind of similar to Bioware in that it's just going in this channel downtrending. It's just like, well, after covering this for a few weeks, it's just like, and seeing this happen, it's like, yeah, I got to start accumulating this. Yeah, with a short interest. And also, I feel like, especially with it being below $1, there's definitely going to be push to get it above that. But I don't know what the rules are for the New York Stock Exchange as far as trading under $1. Is on Ortex, is it higher than 44% for Fisker? Let's see. Yeah, and so one thing, dang it. Yeah, one thing that I'll probably do once the channel gets monetized, I'll probably uh, get subscriptions to like this Trading View stuff like that. Um, yeah, so where's short interest to float? Yeah, like 50%. So that's pretty crazy. Yeah, so it definitely seems like a squeeze is definitely going to be coming around the corner, and I think that could be bringing it up to $5 because that's when we start to see resistance, and there's not much here. So I mean, if it squeezes up to $1.50, $2, I think then it could just keep going. But then also too, it's like with AMC, whenever it runs up a good amount, there are halts and things like that. So it's like market manipulation, things like that, keeping suppressing the price, killing that momentum. So yeah, I wonder how that will work with something like this. But I could definitely see this, void being filled. Yeah, and then I'll also look up save. I'm gonna do it not on. Well, actually, yeah. I mean, I can. Here, let's see. SAVE. I don't really know how to. Yeah, so short interest, like 14%, 11 to 14%, something like that. Yeah, I mean, I just think that like the reaction in the price, and that's also back here. Um, I think that it's definitely an overreaction, so I think that that will be going up. Man. APLD, yes, definitely, I will do that. That was requested before I even started the stream, and I think that was you, Alfred. I'm just gonna back out of this so it's got all that data going on. APLD. Let's see. Yeah, so I think I made a video on the 16th, so after hours, so after it dropped 26% on that day. Big gap to the upside. And yeah, I think I had suggested I thought it was going to come down to the 786. And it looks like it just kissed that. Like, went down to the low was $4.65. That line is at $4.61. Um, so and also too, I mean, this is a big drop. You have the close being basically the same as the low. The low is 2 cents lower than the close. And then this just seems like hasn't really found the bottom, hasn't really found the bottom. And this with the tail coming down, that makes me think that it could be right around the bottom. And actually, yeah, I mean, where did this white line come from? Did I draw that line? And when did I draw it? um, because if that white line was in that video, to be honest, I'm getting a little spooked because a video I just did today, I think, what was it? I'm forgetting videos. I make too many videos. I keep forgetting. Um, so I think maybe it was Nicola. Yeah. Um, or maybe it was go. I'll have to look at both of those. But I had called out a level, and then it like basically hit the level exactly. And that was, I think, man. I'm sorry, I gotta check this. That was yeah, that was Nicola. I'm pretty sure. Um, and yeah, so it's weird when I like call out levels and then they get hit like pretty precisely. And that being the week, let's look at the weekly candle. Yeah, I mean, so that doesn't look that good, just the big red candle, but there is this tail at the bottom of it, and that could suggest that the bottom is near. See how this settles out. Could end up being a bear flag, though I'm not the best at distinguishing whether it's bearish or bullish consolidation. I feel like a lot of times I'll it does the exact opposite of what I think. So that's something that I need to improve as far as like my identification skills go. But this, I mean, also, yeah, like there's all this volume shelf here. It's stopping around there. It's not at the very bottom of it. Um, yeah, that's super weird if I like called that out. And man, I have to rewatch that video. Did I call out 486 in that video? Because this is creepy. um, yeah, wow. Um, I think that it's arriving at the bottom, the 786 right here at 460, which was almost the low of Friday. Earnings was on the 16th. That's why we had this big drop. And so, yeah, I could see it consolidating. I could also see it, though, yeah, forming some bearish consolidation and then going lower. Um, and so, and it does look like I've got this yellow line here. It's at 350. What's the max pain for it? For this coming Friday, $5. Following 550. Yeah, I'm surprised it's that low already. I would expect the max pain to be higher since price just dropped so much. Um, but yeah, I didn't expect the most recent video on this to be as popular as it's been, so I'll definitely be doing an update this week. But yeah, I definitely think it's creepy, this 486. And then, yeah, I'll pull up, what ticker was I just mentioning? I think Nicola, which is like, I feel like if, like, Nicola is a total gamble, seems totally, totally risky. But yeah, I mean, I drew this line at 58.40, the low, which was on Thursday, 58.25. So I think that's pretty remarkable. And if it, and there, this is the lowest close, which was 62.18, so right around 62. If it can maintain that, I mean, I think that like, look at what happened with Polestar. I feel like there are a lot of these wedges popping up. Maybe it's just like, I'm identifying them. Like it's me. It's not the charts. Like I'm choosing to see them or something. Like I have a bias. I'm looking for them. But yeah, look at this beautiful wedge. And then, drop to the bottom and then this run up. And, if it does break out, which I suspect that given this pattern, I think that, it could run up to, I don't know. It could run up to 217, pull back, test that, and keep going. Earnings. Yeah, earnings season. Man. But yeah, I definitely think this, and this is similar to Lucid. I'm stoked about Lucid because it basically, like I've been comparing them, and yeah, it's just like at the bottom, broken below the wedge, a little bit, but it does look like the spinning top suggests a reversal, Look at that on the weekly. Um, it did close more or less within that wedge. And yeah, so I think that this could be running up to. I think the max pain for this coming week is $3. But I think it could be going higher than that. And that could trigger a gamma squeeze, and then this could keep running. So I'm stoked about this one. I wish I had more shares of it, but I've at least got a position in it. I'm excited about it. Yeah, and I'm open to any more suggestions, requests. Yeah, I guess what I looked at with Polestar was this one. Yeah, so this kind of makes me think of Save Spirit, that it was big dramatic move down, and it's not making its way up, and that actually pretty close to the 2702 line that I have drawn there. So that could be, yeah, and this also bullish hammer suggesting potential reversal. Have to see what the price does over the course of the next week. But yeah, look at this big drop. It's 29%. Not much history with them, because they just branched away from Intel, I think. You'll see what was moving the most on Friday. ZTS went down 11%. Yeah, this to me looks like, it's ugly. There's like shoulder, head, shoulder. So I don't think this chart looks that bad, but it did get rejected and needs to move up. What happened with it? Yeah, Matterport, sure. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, especially this. Let's see the weekly. Yeah, that looks pretty incredible. That these two lines that I drew, it closed above them, big wick down. That could suggest a reversal. Also, you see volume shelf over here, and so yeah. Let's see. I'm just gonna pull up these. See if there's anything that stands out, and it just looks bearish, I guess. Technical signals. This is moving average crossover, so that's probably the. I'll put up the moving averages. Yeah, the 21 went under the 50-day, but I think that I don't really pay too close attention to these technical signals, because I feel like they're always lagging indicators. So it's like there's all this bearish stuff going on, and it's like, okay, well, I guess, looking at the RSI, that could be lower. Just gonna remove these and look up the MACD. Let's see. Yeah, I think that this, hopefully it stays kind of flat over the next week in here, and then it can and start to move up. That'd be nice. But yeah, I'm pretty compelled by these lines, and when's their next earnings? End of February. Just do. Not too familiar with these indicators. But I would think that this one you want to see the purple crossover. But yeah, I mean, like here, the purple crossed over the green, and that was the top. So it's like these are all, like here, this was better indication. So yeah, I mean, if it goes flat for a little bit and then there's some volume that moves in, this could be going up to 260 or so. And then, yeah. So I mean, I feel like this is like, hopefully this will be kind of flat during this week, and that might be a nice time to accumulate. But it could also be like this consolidation, then it goes down more. But just like looking at the volume profile, I feel like it's above this shelf here, whereas up here it was at the base of this shelf and there was a gap below it. And so right now it's like it's above a lot of consolidation. That's going to be support. So yeah, I mean, I feel like this is in a good position right now. Yeah, some matter there. And I think last week somebody requested Disney, I believe. I didn't go over it. This to me looks like it's bullish consolidation. But I could, of course, be wrong because things tend to usually break the opposite way that I suggest. But yeah, that looks good. I mean, it could even have, just broken out. Earnings 2.5 weeks from now. Lots of earnings that day. So, I mean, yeah, this could just continue in this channel. If it's near the top of it, testing it, I think that it could break out following earnings, run up to $98. This little shelf here. Maybe, yeah. So I could see that happening. Yeah, Coupang. The other ticker is blocked by the heart emoji thing. Let's see. Oh, it's cool that it broke up following that, but then this doesn't look good. Yeah, because there's this, long term. This is going back to May in 2022. I mean, I wonder if this can go back even. Oh no, that's the all-time low. Did break below that. Yeah, that doesn't look good. I would think that this is going to be going lower. Down almost 11% on Friday. And that's like, yeah, this is like, fake out breakdown here. You get this pull up there, and then this is like, it's, yeah, I mean, this is odd because it's like, this seems like it's like, not confirming the breakdown because it's closing up here and then, so that seems pretty, doesn't seem too good. And then, yeah, like, look at the, there's like not much traded below it, maybe a little bit down to like $14, but that seems like it's coming down. It's like I would not want to be long this one right now. And SE, yeah. SE, I did post a video from Verified Investing. Benjamin Poole went over SE. The thumbnail of the video says SQ, but he actually goes over SE. And yeah, so I was going to do an update on this as well as Baba, but he covered both of them in that. And is this, yeah. And so I just didn't, this is a weekly though. I just didn't, I can only do so many videos. So it's like, well, I'll share what he did and I'll do something else. But yeah, I think, his analysis, which makes total sense, was just that like this line or approximate line has just been tested so many times that it's just been beaten down, it's going to break. And so just like with Coupang, where price looked like it was breaking down and then a green candle going back up, this is like to fake people out, thinking, oh, it is so there, this is like early shorts, squeeze them out, and then tricking people to think that they should go long, they're safe, and then next week it's going to tank. So I think that, yeah, I think that this is, there's not too much hope. Let's see when's earnings. March, so some time for that. Has it ever been? No, these are all-time lows. Yeah, 34.35 is the 52-week low, and that's the all-time low, I guess. I don't know how. No, not the all-time low. But yeah, the last time it was that low was in like 2019. But yeah, this just seems like it's like playing with fire at this point. It just seems like it's going to be breaking down. And also too, it's like there's a pattern that's the ascending or descending triangle, and that's you've got a trend line that's being respected as, in this case, resistance, but then the support is a flat line, so that just keeps getting pounded and pounded, and eventually it's going to break. So this is the descending wedge, which you could draw it like the trend line from over here. And yeah, so I see that as breaking down. But maybe, yeah, because yeah, I mean, you can't even really think of this as like a falling wedge or anything because of these points back here, end of August, 2023. So yeah, this one strikes me as risky. And then also, this is kind of like a head and shoulders. And so let's see, I'm just gonna draw a little bit of line going across here. This is the breakdown. Let's get a measurement on that. From the high to the neckline, bringing that down over here. Yeah, I mean, that's an ugly head and shoulders, but it would suggest that price could be going down to $32, and this is just pounding that. So it's like multiple signs that this is not looking too great. Yeah, and I guess here, like, maybe you could make the argument that this is the base of some sort of wedge. And then you look at that. This is probably BS, but yeah, it looks like it's gonna break down. And actually, maybe I could do a retracement, get an idea. So where this might be, let's see. Yeah, just do one from here up to this. See where that would be like $31, and this measured move is like to 32. Yeah, so I could see this going down $4. So I'm not shorting it or anything, but I could see it going down. And yeah, it looks like my eyes are getting tired. I got to take my contacts out or something. But yeah, I've been doing this for an hour, so If there are any last requests, happy to do them. But one thing I'm going to try to do is actually go through this live stream and pick out some of the tickers that I went over and put out little clip videos. So just kind of, the casual me going over them and see if those videos perform well. Because oftentimes when I get, like if I look for, a ticker that seems pretty volatile, those tend to perform well. But if it's just like even, PayPal hasn't really performed that well. And so a lot of the tickers that I go over or that are requested, videos don't really perform that well. So I was thinking if I just go over them in a stream and then take a clip, put that out, that might be a nice way to, increase, the output from the channel and make it more accessible. And I was actually thinking about seeing if a friend would be willing to, help me edit those. And so, yeah, I was going to try doing that tonight after the stream, putting out 1 or 2 clips, see how they perform. And that could be a pretty cool part of the channel. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not seeing any other requests, so I might have a sip of this and then maybe sign off in a minute. Unless there are any last minute requests. ENPH. Enphase Energy. All right. Oh, gotta do this. It's a daily. Earnings coming up in like 2 to 3 weeks. I think RSI could be lower. I feel like one thing I don't always point it out in videos just because I forget or, I try to not make them too long. But I feel like I'm always like, if it's like, oh, this to me looks like it's undervalued. Like this looks like it's a deal because it's gone down so much here. But then, the RSI goes below 30. And so I feel like this could continue to go lower. I could see it coming down to like where this low was, or $95. I could see it coming down to there. Is there support there that stands out? I mean, that's getting kind of risky, getting to the edge of this. Let's see, I might look at this on the weekly, see if there's anything that stands out. Well, I mean, this week went down almost 13%. This week, almost 5%. This week, almost 6%. Smaller candle. Yeah, so I mean, I feel like with this, it does seem like, and also this too, I think is a nice look at that reversal signal, that inverted hammer. That's pretty cool. And you also get something like that here with the hammer down here. Not really Dragonfly Doji because it's not a doji, but kind of cross there, reversal signal, move up. This is kind of a fake out. So it's like a bear flag or a bull flag occurred over that week. And yeah, so this, I could see it coming down more for sure. Like, yeah, I think if it goes below like 98, 97, I think that it could be tricky. But I think like 98 could be the bottom. But I think you'd want to see next week's, let's see, from, this, the low here, coming down to like 98. Let's see, what percent move is that? That's like a 5.5% move. Yeah, I think this has more room to go down, and I think that when it's getting to kind of a precarious place because yeah, there's not much. There's just this gap here. There's not much because yeah, it's like right in this area you just have these two candles, but then here you have more consolidation, four candle like overlap there. Um, yeah, so I feel like this is going to continue going down, but I think that it could be near its bottom. But yeah, it seems risky. With earnings coming up. Um, Man, this is a tough one. Um, got these lows. No, it's below those. Maybe there's a trend line or something over here. Probably not from this pivot point. Oh, yeah, maybe. That looks pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, I think it's got more room to go down, but I think it could be yeah, this is how I feel about it. I feel good about this. I think that it will be coming down to around 80 bucks, and I think that will be the bottom because of this trend line that looks like over here. This is a weekly chart, but you got multiple touch points over here, multiple touch points here, and then again, depending on how you draw the line, I just kind of threw it up there so it's rough. Multiple touch points here as well. And so, I mean, I could do this precisely if you want. Let's see. I'm going to do this based on the low of the week ending November 8th, 2019. And so that is 1718. And then over here, where's the other pivot point? Yeah, it's sloppy. I'll do it from this low. So we get two touches there. That is the low of 2340. So let's see what this looks like with more recent price action. It looks like we got a couple closes below it, so I probably want to redraw that. Let's see. Yeah, so maybe it's just one touch here based on this low, 2149. Lock that so it doesn't move. Yeah, I mean, you can wiggle that around a bit. So, yeah, just like moving it a little bit at the origin throws it off a lot here. But yeah, I could see this coming down to, let's see. I will actually, sorry, I'm just messing with this so much. I'm going to move that pivot point to over here. See what that looks like. And I will do it just based on the low here. 73.49. And so let's just look at what that seems like here in the past. No closes below it. You got a touch there. Near touch there. So that looks pretty good. I'm compelled by this. And, basically let's do a fib retracement from the bottom here up to the top. Yes, it's just approximate there, but I mean, I think this could settle out around 87 bucks. And could also go lower than that, but I feel like in a 786 retracement here, Um, I think that $87 will serve as support. Might consolidate there for a little while, maybe go up and down a little bit. But then when that meets this uptrending line, which might be later in the year, but maybe it has a wick down or something. Maybe a wick down that touches this line. But and this is the weekly candles, so um, I think that's feasible. Could wick down to $80, and that could be a bottom. But yeah, I think that this is going to come down to that trend line, and potentially, weekly closes above or right around $87. Maybe wicks coming down to test this line. That's how I feel about this. I would not want to be holding this now, but with that being said, I feel like whenever I get really confident in a position or a move, the opposite tends to happen. Because this isn't like there's not like really a signal that's telling me, like a breakout and a confirmation or something. This is just bleeding. So, you think it'll double bottom on earnings? So you think it's even coming down to 73.50? Is that what you're thinking? If I look at this on the daily, how's that look? Yeah, I mean, what is that kind of percentage move? 26%. Yeah, I'd want to. I'm actually gonna put an alert for myself at. I'll do 87.50. And then I see another comment, stuck in GOEV. 40-cent resistance caught me off guard trying to predict the bounce and how high it will go. So let's see. Pull up GOEV. Yeah, this one, like, I was pretty surprised how popular the video was that I did maybe 3 weeks ago. But this one, because it's listed on the NASDAQ and it's been like a year since it closed above $1. And actually, I mean, where there's, yeah, I mean, I don't see any corporate actions. It just, I'm kind of puzzled why it's still listed on the NASDAQ or why it hasn't had to do a reverse split or something. But yeah, I mean, this to me seems very clear that it's coming down to around 12 cents. But, maybe it doesn't make it all the way to this level because Polestar didn't. Polestar almost made it to this retracement and then just started taking off. So it's possible this only comes down to 13 cents. But I definitely see it testing the bottom of the wedge, and I do think it will break out. You said 40-cent resistance. Yeah, I could definitely do like some step-by-step videos. To be honest, for most of this stuff, this is like I'm, it's like I see people on Twitter using Fibonacci retracements, and I then just like practice getting better with them. And like this one, this includes all of the lines. I've just cleared them off. And actually, like, I don't know if there's a particular platform that would be preferred that I use. So I use Webull for trading. I also have a small Robinhood account, which is really just like left over from being screwed over by them. And then like TradingView. But like you can't really do charting like this in Robinhood. But yeah, I mean, if there's like specific platforms, but yeah, I'd definitely be happy to go over this stuff. And a lot of it is just, like, to be honest, I'd recommend if you want to learn how to do this, I'd recommend watching Gareth Soloway's game plans because, like, he just like removes all emotion And actually, to be honest, I'm not even that good at that because, a lot of the stocks that I talk about, I have positions in. And so it's like, I have a bias. And also I'm the kind of person who I want good things to happen. I don't want things to go down. And so it's like tough to kind of step away and just, yeah, but the chart's telling me it's going to go down. Um, but yeah, 40-cent resistance for GOEV. So this, yeah, it was during the day, went up to like 30 cents. And yeah, so there's this little bit of a volume shelf there. And you start to see these bottoms. It's like a double bottom right there, right around 42 cents ish. Um, yeah, so there's definitely resistance there. And yeah, this too, the high, 38.3 cents. Um, yeah, so yeah, oh man. And then too, like going above 40 cents, look at all of this. You know, that's when the price gets up to this level, if it's gonna go higher, it can't it's gonna have to like step up through these levels because there's just so much consolidation over here. 46 cents is where that really picks up. So that would be, it's like a slow grind down over here. It'd have to be a slow grind up. But it could run up to really like 47 cents, even though there is some resistance down here, with those bottoms. But yeah, I think like the best way to read and navigate charts and stuff is to just practice it. Like I've learned about a lot of this stuff a while ago, but I just wasn't practicing it that much. Because it's like I'd have a position and it's like my average would be here and then price dips down. It's like, oh, well, it's down, I'll average in more. But really, like making these videos has helped me a lot because it's basically, it's like a trading journal for me, whether I'm in these positions or not. Like I think this is like the most beautiful thing I've gone over. This uranium chart. And this is based on, something that I wasn't aware of uranium until Gareth Soloway started talking about it. And he suggested there's this cup and handle here and that we get some downtrending consolidation. I'm looking at the chart and it's like, I just don't see that. I see the cup. I don't see the handle. If there is a handle to be formed, it's coming down to 22, 23 cents. I don't want to be buying now at this orange line at, 28 cents if it's going down that low. Um, but then I just realized like, oh my God, there's this beautiful, beautiful cup right here. And so that's basically like you just get a double top. And so that's bearish. You've gotten to this top. There's resistance up there. It's going to be rejected. But that rejection is basically a bull flag. And so that's what you see over here. And that broke out of this downtrend, which is just like basically, just me pulling it out of my ass. Just like, hey, there's a little peak right there. I wonder what happens if I draw a line from there to one of the peaks here, or right around one of the peaks. And it's like, oh, a couple attempts to break above that, but rejected. And through that, there's this downtrending consolidation, break out of that. Here, this is just beautiful. Breakout, and then a retest. Well, I would expect, it to come down to this downtrend, approximately coming to this yellow line. And that's referred to by Gareth Soloway. I believe he coined the term, retrace to the scene of the crime. And so you retrace, that confirms the breakout. It's not a fake out, it's a breakout. And then it continues up. You get some more bullish consolidation here. It's a bull flag. And then breakout. And so what I expect, just like there was a retrace here, I expect there to be a retrace to this orange line. And so looking at that, I mean, we're at least, yeah, to this gap fill. But I could see that over the next couple weeks, this comes back down to like $28. And then from there, it really takes off. And I feel like uranium's definitely a part of the future with needing to transform, our energy infrastructure to be greener. We can't rely completely on renewable energy just because of massive winter storms that we might get that swing from bitter, bitter cold one week to above freezing the following week. And that's going to, um, whether it's wind, solar, um, renewable energy is tricky. You can't rely 100% on it because of weather, because of variability. And, we want to be getting away from coal and natural gas. And so nuclear is where it's at in my view. Yes, this is a daily chart. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, and then NXE. This is the one that I'm in. I trimmed a little bit. I think I noticed this. I think it was on it was Tuesday. Yeah, I think I saw that, and I trimmed. I think in the after hours. I have one share left, so not that exciting. But I don't want to get rid of my share because I believe in this long term. But with this gap to the downside, retrace to here, I'm up about 10%, and so yeah, it's one share, so it's not a big deal. But I'm just trying to get better at taking profits and not being emotional, not wanting. Yeah, because then I just hold this down to here, and then it's like, okay, I'm just trying to work my average down to 650 when I could just sell here and then buy back down here. Yeah, I think I have an order to buy at 660. Um, but yeah, I mean, a lot of it is really just like managing emotions. And one thing I realized like a couple weeks ago was, I'd chart something and then I'd try to and then I'd buy a couple shares the next day or something of whatever it was, and then realize, oh, actually, I just made a video on this suggesting where a buy level is, and I was buying above that. I wasn't being patient. And so I'm trying to be, at least with my trading, more disciplined and, yeah, like routine, with these levels that I identify. And so this to me is a perfect example of I have this level drawn at 656. Maybe it doesn't go to that level. So place an order at 660, maybe 675, who knows? But if I think this is coming down, I should have conviction in that. And the only way I'm going to get better at trading is if I execute on what I see in the charts. And I see a pullback, which is not bearish. That is just confirming of this breakout before it continues higher. And I definitely think it's going to be going higher into the year. I just think it needs to, cool off a little bit. Like, let's see, look at the volume profile. Yeah, I mean, I guess it could even just cool off down to like $7, 694, where there's this volume shelf. But I definitely see it coming back some. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna try to go through this stream and at least get one clip out of it to see how it performs, just kind of as an experiment. And so I'll release that probably soon, and yeah, and then I'll be streaming again on Thursday. I'm gonna try to do 2 nights a week. I won't be able to do any market streams this week because I'm at work. But yeah, this stream's been super fun. It's been nice to get all the comments, the suggestions, and the talk of squeezes. I mean, to be honest, a lot of what I've been covering has just been like falling wedge patterns, and it just seems like there's so many of these stocks that are positioning for some bullish moves. So yeah, I mean, I feel like the next like month is going to be pretty exciting for a lot of this stuff going up. There's probably also going to be a lot of bleeding prior to those moves up, confirming bottoms and whatnot. But yeah, I'm going to throw up the little subscribe thing and I'm going to sign off. And so if you are watching this at the end, I'm sure you're already subscribed, but I always appreciate the likes. The comments are always great to see and engage with you guys. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Try to put out at least one video every day. I've been doing good trying to get at least 3 out lately, keeping a schedule. And yeah, I'm looking forward to putting out some more videos tomorrow. And so thanks a lot for joining me. I hope your start of the trading week for you all is great, and that if there is any red, it's buy the dip opportunities and the week closes green, but we'll have to see. Yeah, I'm just signing off. So have a nice rest of your night before the trading starts tomorrow. Take care, you guys.